Yo, welcome to this small video analysis. The Volvo Digital just quote-unquote leaked this gameplay footage, and it was due to thanks to their marketing manager's death we were able to see this footage. Anyway, it's a really small 4-second video clip. I don't see anything out of ordinary in the background of this clip. Besides the clip being played on the monitor was probably pre-recorded footage. If we were to assume this is the mouse cord, it is not moving at all. So I'll zoom into the monitor and focus on the gameplay. I'll also stretch the video so it fits better on the screen. So keep in mind that the resolution might look a little bit different than it is. Starting off with the shotgun, we can see it has a new model, new animation, and it has a different camera shake when shot. We can see it has a similar animation to the previous games. Let's compare it to the previously leaked footage of Series Sam 4. We can see how it has a similar model. It looks really good, and I'm also a fan of the camera shake as well. It feels really impactful. Pretty sure players that do not want the camera shake, however, they can turn it off in the options. Another thing to notice about the shotgun is that it leaves tracers behind when shot. Now it could be assumed that the bullets are going to be projectile based, although it is a bit hard to tell. I believe that the tracers can be deceiving, so we need to try and look this from another perspective. But just for fun, here's some frozen frames. If you look at the clip closely, there's one Kamikaze right in front of the player and one behind that Kamikaze. If it were a hit scan, then both of the Kamikazes should explode because they both die by one shot. And it is pretty hard to tell as well because the frontal Kamikaze covers up the explosion of the one behind him. At the beginning, it looks like they're not synced up, but I think if you pay attention to the explosions when they fade away, they fade out identically. So in the end, I think this just looks deceiving, and the shotgun will most likely be hit scan. Another thing to notice about the shotgun is its spread. It seems to function similarly to Series Sam 3 shotgun, however, it has more of a horizontal spread now. This is all judging by the tracers and the bullet dust holes. In comparison, here's the Series Sam 3 shotgun. Another thing to of course notice is the ammo counter. Now it's pretty fair to assume that there will be no reloading. I'm gonna put a but here. In the pre-alpha footage there is shotgun reloading, and in this footage we can also see a magazine similar to Series Sam 3. However, I'm gonna go ahead and say that there will most likely be no reloading. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure Crow Team would have put an ammo counter that indicates if you have to reload or not. However, I can't help but notice how the ammo counter is a little bit too cramped in next to the shotgun shell icon. This is a wild guess, but maybe reloading could be a gameplay option. While we're at the HUD, let's take a look around at it. At the bottom, we can see the good old health. It seems the key objectives are back. Another thing to notice is how there's a little bit of space between the health and the key. This is assumably because that's where armor will be displayed. At the top left, we can see the score, and below it is the objective. I can't really tell you what it says because it's hard to read, but I think it says place beacons, place the first beacon, but don't quote me on that. Before moving on though, let's take a look at how much score a Kamikaze gives you. Now we need to remember that was a double kill, so let's first subtract the numbers and then divide them. Next up is Nutrissa, she seems to be back. It seems the ammo display is gone. At the top right, I have no idea what that is. I'm gonna assume that the very top is the frame rate and just technical stuff being displayed. The bottom is probably just it probably just says cheats enabled. Now something really else important that's new for the HUD is the health bar. We can see that there's an enemy health bar being displayed when the crosshair is around the enemy, and that is pretty neat. We can also see a Rocketeer projectile. The Rocketeer himself though is pretty hard to see. It seems to have the same effect from Series Sam 3. That's like his normal shot. That's pretty much all that I've noticed in terms of gameplay. I'm not really gonna go over the graphics. I suppose this part of the level looks like the Talos Principle. Like, I'm pretty sure those trees in the background are from the Talos Principle, and probably the structures around are also from Talos Principle. I don't really mind as they're reusing. I really love how the Talos Principle looks, so I'm happy with that. Overall, I'm pretty excited. I hope to see more in the future, because I've been I've been looking forward to this game for a while now. I'm pretty hyped for this that I think even if the game turns out to be bad, I'm just gonna be happy in the end because it's just more serious sim. It will have its own gameplay, I assume. It will feel different. Hopefully, we get to see more soon. And I really hope it also releases this year. But we'll see about that. According to the Twitter Christmas post, they said 2020 is gonna get serious. But I'm not really sure if that means the game's gonna get released or if it's just it's gonna get more teasers and trailers. Anyway, hopefully this was entertaining to watch. Goodbye.